Good day, my name is Richard and a warm welcome to Tutoring with Richard, where we cover the South African school syllabus and related topics. If you find these videos helpful, please consider supporting me on PayPal, Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee. Links in the description box below. Today we're going to cover Mathematics in 6. The topic of this tutorial is a mixed bag of exam DP test questions, round 4, question 1. The topic of this tutorial is integration. This question is included in the video. We have been asked to issue a cautionary note. When doing these questions, please use the method I am going to show you, as this is the method that is marked correct. Using your own method to answer questions could cost you marks, even though your method and answer might be right. See the cautionary notes at the beginning of the video. Let's get straight into it. Okay, this is question 1,1. Integral cosec cubed x. Okay, the first thing you do, cosec's opposite is sine. So this will be the integral of sine 3 to the power 3x. Because the inverse of 1 over cosec is sine. Okay, dx. So now what we do is we split it. Sine squared x times sine times sine x. As we say, now we take this one's identity. The identity of that is 1 minus cos squared x times sine x. Okay, so all we have to do now is multiply the sine in. So then we've got the integral of sine x minus the integral of cos squared x sine x. So the next step, as I'm running out of room, is cos squared is, cos is going to be u. We're going to u substitute. U is equal to cos x. So du over dx is sine, is minus sine. The differential of cos is minus sine x. So this is minus times a minus is a positive, and du equal dx, sorry, dx, so we want du, so that goes there and that goes there, so du over minus sine x. Right, so now what we will do is I'm going to move up here and say the integral of sine x plus the integral of u squared sine x du over minus sine x. That minus, that was a minus before, so let's make it a minus again. That was a minus. So minus times a minus is a positive, and that cancels off. And sine x cancels with sine x. So we're left with du. So the integral of sine x, the integral of sine x is cos x minus cos x minus cos x plus the integral of u is u 3 over 3 plus c. So now we've got minus cos x plus cos cubed x over 3 plus c. And that is our final answer. Our next sum is 1, 2, which states the integral of e to the 2x times sine 2x. Okay, first things first is we know that this will end up in the same space as when it began. So we will have to use I. I will show you how to do that when we get to that stage. So first things first is now we need to do, now this will be u and that'll be v prime. We've got to use integration by parts. So that formula is u v prime equals u v minus the integral of u prime v. So, now what we're going to do is say u equals e to the 2x, u prime is equal to 2 e to the 2x, v prime is equal to sine 2x, and v is equal to cos minus cos 2x over 2. Okay, now we begin. Let's put this into our formula. So we got e equals e to the 2x times minus cos 2x over 2. Now minus the integral of 2 e to the 2x times minus cos 2x over 2. Okay. Minus times a minus becomes a positive, and 2 over 2 cancel. So we've got a positive. So now let's go. Now we integrate this again, and 2 and 2 cancel. Now what we're going to do is take this, and this can cancel off as well. Now we are left with u is equal to e 2x, u prime is equal to 2e to the 2x, v prime is equal to cos 2x, and v is equal to sine 2x over 2. Okay, so now we integrate. Now this will be equals e to the 2x times minus cos 2x over 2 plus e to the 2x now we've taken the integral of this, so it's e to the 2x sine 2x over 2 minus the integral of 2e to the 2x times sine 2x over 2. What we're going to do is this eliminates with that, and that's still a minus. Right, so in this case I equals e to the 2x times sine 2x. Right, the integral of. Because what's happened is we've ended up in exactly the same place as where we started. So that's why I have I here. So, I equals e to the 2x times minus cos 2x over 2 plus e to the 2x sine 2x over 2 minus I. So now we take both i's to the end. So we're left with 2i equals e to the 2x times minus cos 2x over 2 plus e to the 2x sine 2x over 2 plus c. Alright, let's eliminate. So we're left with 2. I'm just going to move a little bit up so that we have a bit more space to work with. Can you get that? And then now we divide both sides by 2. So divide by 2 to get I on its own. So that remains the same. This is 4. That is 4. So what we're going to say is I equals 1 over 4 e to the 2x, actually minus, let's make it a minus, cos 2x plus 1 over 4 sine e to the 2x sine 2x plus c. And that is the end of the sum. Very simple to do. Don't forget, whatever fractions are on the outside when you're dealing with I, any fractions, so if this had a 1 over 4 outside of the integral sign, I would have multiplied, I would have taken this, so it would be minus, and then I would have brought that over. So it would be 4 over 4 plus 1, so that's 5 over 4, I. So if this was I, and that would be like this, the whole sum, and that was 1 over 4. So it's 1 over 4 I. So if this was 1 over 4 I, and we bring in an I over, then what I would do, then if it's 1 over 4, if it's 1 over 4 I, what I would do then is bring this I over, so it's plus. So it's 1 over 4 I, and this is 4 over 4. So 4 over 4 plus 1 over 4 is 5 over 4. So it'll be 5 over 4 I equals da 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 plus C. And then what I would do after that is we have to divide, so we multiply by the inverse. So it would be I multiplied by 4 over 5 and everything inside the bracket. Plus C. Okay, simple. Alright, our next one is 1 comma 3, and this is the integral of arctan 3x. How we do this is first the integral of tan to the minus 1 3x. Now what we need to do is the integral. Now this is going to be a small integration by parts. So what we're going to do first, we have to take the derivative of this one and the derivative of 1. So f of x is equal to tan to the minus 1 3x. The derivative of that is 3 over 9x squared plus 1. That's its derivative. You find this in your formula sheet. You'll find an equivalent of this in your formula sheet. Now, the derivative of g of x is 1, and g of x is equal to x. So how this will work is now this will equal the integral of x times tan to the minus 1 3x minus the integral of 3x over 9x squared plus 1. Okay, the next step is what we have to do is now, because we are going to integrate, and this will be a ln integration, what we're going to need to do is make the bottom equal the top. So what number goes into both of them? So we multiply this by 6 and we multiply that by 2 to get 18. So x times tan to the minus 1 3x minus 3 over 18, the integral of 18x over 9x squared plus 1. Okay, the next step, now that we've got this out the way, we can integrate that perfectly. So this will equal x times tan to the minus 1 3x minus 1 over 6 ln 9x squared plus 1 plus c. And that is our final answer. Always what you got to remember is if we have two numbers that are different on the bottom, what I basically did was, if this was 3 at the top, and that was 1. So if that was x squared at the bottom, plus 1, if that was just x squared, I would have to multiply, I'd have to get this to be the same number. So I would multiply, so if this is integrated, what I would do is multiply it by 1 over 3. Then, now that you've got the same numbers on both lines, it is ln x squared plus 1. So that'll equal like so. So it's 1 over 3 ln times x squared plus 1. And that's how it ends. That's how I got this. And please try not to look at memos for answers, because you can get the final answer from the memo, but try and work it as best you can on your own, because the memo likes to telescope. Telescoping means skipping steps. So it'll go 1, 2, 5 and so on and so forth, and then they'll get to the answer. They'll skip out 2 or 3 steps. And this is why we do these videos, to make sure that you understand all the steps that are involved. You have to do every single step, because every step is at least half a mark. So when you do these, do it step by step. Try not to skip steps, whatever you do. And always use your calculator. Your calculator is your lifesaver in the exam. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm and to grow the channel. Positive feedback is most welcome. I enjoy reading your comments. Please use the comments section to let me know what topics you'd like me to cover in upcoming videos. Be at peace, be kind to each other, and remember, passing well is achievable. Have a great day. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.